That little bird on your fence post, the one that watches you every time you go outside, the one that hops toward you when you're digging, the one you've probably given a name, the one that feels, if you're honest, like it actually likes you. It doesn't. What it's doing is far more interesting than that. The robin is Britain's most loved garden bird. It's on our Christmas cards, our biscuit tins, our garden centre signs. We have decided, collectively, that it is cheerful and friendly and sweet. And that decision has blinded us almost completely to what the robin actually is. Because the robin in your garden is one of the most territorial, calculating, and quietly ferocious creatures in the British countryside. And everything you think it's doing, the hopping toward you, the watching, the singing, is not what you think it is. Not even close. Stay until the end, because the last thing we cover changes how you see the robin entirely. Not in a bad way, in a stranger, better way. Let's start with the song. That sound coming from your garden every morning, clear, liquid, cascading, is one of the most beautiful sounds in Britain. We hear it as a greeting, as music, as the robin being happy to see the world. It isn't. That song is a threat. The robin is singing to every other robin within earshot, and the message is not complicated. This garden is mine. This border, this shrub, this 30 meters of territory, mine. Come closer and I will make you regret it. Robins sing year-round, almost uniquely among British birds. Most songbirds go quiet in autumn when breeding season ends. The robin doesn't. It keeps singing through November, through December, through the grey flat weeks of January. Because the territory doesn't stop needing to be defended just because the weather gets cold. In winter, the robin you see in your garden is fighting a war of sound every single day. Against the robin in next door's garden. Against the robin at the end of the street. Against any bird bold enough to cross the invisible line. And when sound isn't enough, up to 10% of adult robin deaths in Britain are caused by other robins. Not cats, not hawks, not windows, other robins, killed in territorial fights over patches of ground the size of a tennis court. The cheerful robin on your Christmas card would, without hesitation, fight another robin to the death over your flower bed. Think about that next time you hear it singing. But the territory is only part of it, because there's something the robin has been doing that most garden owners never realize. It's been watching you, specifically you. Robins in Britain have spent thousands of years living alongside humans, not near humans, alongside them. Following farmers through fields, hopping behind gardeners as they dig, moving through the edges of human life in a way almost no other British bird does. And over all that time, they've developed something that researchers didn't fully document until the last few decades. They recognize individual human faces, not all humans as a category, not the general shape of a person, your face, your specific face. The robin in your garden has a model of you, built from dozens of observations, that it uses to decide how to behave around you. If you've been calm and consistent in your garden, the robin has filed you under safe. It will approach closer than it approaches anyone else. It will continue feeding when you're nearby in a way it wouldn't for a stranger. If you've ever had a friend visit and noticed the robin disappear while they're in the garden, that's not coincidence. That's assessment. And here's where it gets stranger still. That robin following you when you're digging, the one that hops right up to your feet, almost close enough to touch, tilting its head and watching, it isn't following you because it enjoys your company. You're a tool. Your spade is turning over the soil and exposing exactly what the robin is looking for. Earthworms, beetle larvae, leather jackets, things that live below the surface and would otherwise take the robin far more effort to find. You've become, from the robin's perspective, a large and reasonably reliable digging machine. The moment you stop digging, it loses interest. The moment you start again, it's back. Which is, when you think about it, an extraordinary thing for a bird the size of your fist to have worked out. Now, here's what most people don't know about the robin in their garden. There's a very good chance it isn't just one robin. Robins are so fiercely solitary that outside of the breeding season, male and female robins don't even share a territory. They maintain completely separate patches of ground and come together only briefly in spring to breed. The moment the chicks are independent, the partnership ends. They go back to their separate territories, back to defending their own patch of ground, back to watching, back to singing their threats into the morning air. So the robin you see in January isn't necessarily the same individual as the robin you see in June. The territory might be the same. The bird inside it might not be. Scientists tracking individually marked robins have found that territory boundaries in suburban gardens can remain almost identical across multiple generations of birds. The same patch of ground defended by a succession of robins for decades. The garden changes, the owners change, the robin changes, but the territory holds. Your garden has probably had a resident robin defending the same invisible borders for longer than you've lived there. And that robin, whoever it currently is, has already made a decision about you. You've been observed, you've been assessed, you've been filed. The question is which category you ended up in. If the robin in your garden sings from a perch near where you work and stays put when you go outside and hops toward you when you're digging, you're in the safe category. You've passed. Something about your behavior, your consistency, your presence in this space has told the bird that you are not a threat. That's not friendship. The robin doesn't feel warmth toward you the way a dog does. It doesn't seek you out for company, but it has incorporated you into its model of its world. And that model says, this human can be used. This human is predictable. This human is, in the language of territorial survival, fine. And fine, when you're a bird that fights to the death over a flower bed, is as good as it gets. Next time your robin hops toward you in the garden, take a second to really look at it. Not at the cheerful little bird from the Christmas card, at the actual creature in front of you, 12 centimeters tall, 18 grams, carrying a territorial claim over every inch of the ground it's standing on, singing every morning not in joy, but in warning, capable of genuine violence when pushed, watching your face with eyes that have logged every visit you've made to this garden since it claimed the territory. It isn't innocent. It never was. But it chose to let you stay. And in the robin's world, that means something. There's a video I've been wanting to make about the fox in your garden, specifically what it knows about your routine and how much of your life it has quietly observed without you ever realizing. That one is coming soon. If your robin does something that surprised you, a moment that made you look twice, share it in the comments. The stories that come in from this community are always the best part. We'll see you in the next one.